Right. Good afternoon, everyone. Gonna give it a couple of more minutes for people to join us. There we go. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I dropped in the chat the recording from the last meeting, which was September 17th, but I want to say welcome. Greetings and happy Tuesday. We are here. We are well. I see people are joining live and in person. Yay. It's not a screen image. Love it, love it, love it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We got valuable time and effort. Some of y'all got some questions. I know someone has questions for today. All right, so for today, we're gonna talk about the state plan updates. It was approved at the earlier at the September meeting. I think about it for a minute, September 13th. Then open it up for any questions and answers, and then any share out that you have you want to share out. We'll have opportunity for that. So do a wellness check. How is everyone doing out there? Happy October. It is state fair time. So, some of you may have gotten a chance to go to Dallas for the state fair or coming to Dallas for the state fair. Good weather. I know if you're a Cowboys fan, you're happy they won this weekend. My nephew did change teams, y'all. He's no longer a Tennessee Titan. He is a Miami Dolphin, and the Dolphins won this weekend too. So hey, everybody's happy around here. My mother's I'm just whatever the boys playing, I'm fine with it. And then my other nephew, he got him a car. So hey, it's all good over here. So and it has been well. It has been well. I've been out and visiting some of you out at your ESCs, and I'm getting ready to go out to another one this week. Also, so good to see you. Good to be out with you, and I look forward to seeing you again. And but it's going well. Hope you're enjoying the season, and that everything is going well with you. All right, and as we get into it, I like to always cover the state definition because we're looking for those students who performs at or shows the potential for performing at a remarkably high level of accomplishment. When we think about how they exhibit their capability in the creative, intellectual, artistic area, and then we're also looking for those who have that unusual capacity for leadership, or also excelling in a specific academic field. And then that goes into looking when you take the definition and they're really designing and stating your program design and how your services fit into that, and being very clear on how does that look. I always encourage that you have your elevator spiel of what is our program design from K-12. What does it look like? How those children in your districts or on your campus are being served. Because once everyone is clear, there's no questions asked. They know what's going on. All right. And so our goal is to make sure that those students are able to demonstrate their skills in self-directed learning, thinking, research, and communication, evidence by the development of innovative products and performances that reflect their own individuality, their creativity, and is advanced compared to other students of the same age, experience, or environment. And that our high school students have participated in our services that have produced products or performances of professional quality and is a part of your program services. So really thinking about what does that look like? How do we define it? And then making sure that those students are accomplishing those things. Remember, we are a well-rounded program of services, and really make sure you communicate that. All right. And I know I saw that I have both of my partners and my friends from Texas Association for the Gifted on the call today, Paulina Van Eden Hill and Kristen Graham. I'm not sure which one's presenting at this moment, but you're both welcome to come off mute and share what you have for today.
Hi, everybody. I'm gonna let Kristen jump in, but great to see all your faces and welcome back to school. I know it doesn't feel like we're back to school, but this is my first GT Tuesday, so fun to see everybody's faces and names.
Thanks, Paulina. Thanks, Monica. I'm Kristen Graham. I'm the Deputy Director for TAGT, and I'll just share with you a little bit about the programming that we've got going on. First and foremost, we're super excited because we're a little less than 2 months away now from our annual conference, Gift Ed. So I'm going to share the link to more information about that event in the chat. You can visit our conference website there to see the schedule and everything that's going on. And then I sent a link directly to the app as well, where you can see all of the sessions and the speakers. And I would highly encourage you to utilize the features there, especially if you're looking at it on your computer, where you can filter by keywords, you can filter by core area. You can see all the different ways and perspectives on programming that we've got going on at Gift Ed. We've got, you'll see over the next month, especially if you're receiving our emails, you're going to see some specific strands and things that we're highlighting. This year, we've got lots of sessions around AI and artificial intelligence. We know that that's not going anywhere. It's becoming more and more integrated into pretty much everything. It seems like every new website, tool, product I'm going to, it seems like there's a new AI integration component to it. So we know that's important to what you're doing in your work, how our teachers are working in their classrooms. And so how to work smarter with AI. We've got lots of different sessions on that. You'll see a big focus on secondary sessions, both for those at the coordinator, director level, but also for teachers as well. So keep an eye out for sessions. You'll see if the title didn't seem like it was clearly a secondary session, we've added secondary focus there at the end. So that's really clear for folks to know which ones are highlighting our secondary fields. We'll have sessions for multilingual, bilingual, dual language folks. That's another strand that you'll see there. As well as, we always have amazing STEM-centered sessions as well. So I would just encourage you to dig in and see what's there. Think about other people from your district that maybe could benefit from coming to Gift Ed after you take a look at the sessions. Maybe someone from your EB department, or maybe someone from, I don't know what all departments are called now around digital learning, but maybe someone from that department might love to come and just get a different perspective on all the learning information, resources that we'll be sharing at Gift Ed. So our early bird deadline has passed, but you can still get in on the regular rate until that goes up in November. So take a look, go ahead and get your hotel room booked in San Antonio, and we hope to see you December 4th through the 6th, the week after Thanksgiving. I see Amber on my screen from Region 13. They have a group of ESC folks that will be presenting as well, so that you can become more aware of how to take advantage of your ESC supportive teams too. So you'll find pretty much everything I think you could possibly need at Gift Ed. So take a look there and check it out. And that's all I'm going to share about today, Monica, is just Gift Ed.
I want to add something, so I'll take a little bit more time, but just wanted to introduce, if you're new to this position, the Texas Association for the Gifted and Talented, or TAGT, is your professional membership organization. We exist to support and empower you to meet the needs of gifted and talented students, and we do that through programming, advocacy at the Capitol, which we're all ramping up for starting in January, but are really aimed to and focused on supporting you in your role. And that this may be a new role for you. And so there's a ton of resources in this community of TAGT for you to take advantage of. If you're new, we have a new coordinator boot camp. We have a recording of that. We do that every August. Kristen just led our first webinar in a series aimed just for coordinators today on House Bill 21824. I probably have the numbers there, but that advanced math requirement that was great. I learned a ton during that webinar. We did record it, and the series goes through the end of the month if you'd like to register for that. So I just want you all to know that we exist really directly to support you and make sure that you have the resources that you need to be able to make a difference in your district. So if you are new to your role, if you wouldn't mind sending Kristen or I, or both of us, or just putting it in the chat, a message with your information so that we can reach out and just make sure you have all the support you need, especially if this role is new to you. So thanks, Monica, for always making space for us at these meetings. Oh, Monica, I think you're muted.
I am. Thank you. Or was. Yes, anytime Paulina and Kristen, TAGT is always a great opportunity to learn something, to also to see how they're advocating for gifted program for gifted students. And so as we roll into that season, you know, that's a great opportunity for to attend to the conference for training, to get your hours to learn or to find something new. So and I'll be there. So as we get into it, our state plan, and I want to say thank you very much. As we went through this robust months of work, edits, and listening stations throughout the process, and we got some high accolades on just the review process of the state plan, having those webinars that you joined in with us, with me, to put your comments in, to look at your edit to as we went into this. Please know that we do take everything, and we took everything that you said, did not take it for granted. Some things, as we said, with this state plan was not really going into really drastic edits and changes, but really a cleanup to match up with legislation, and then also do some grammatical fixes. And so that's pretty much what we did with this one. But there are some things that we did see that as we go forward, we'll be moving towards either more guidance or working documents for you. So be watching our guidance page and then watching for documents coming out as we go forward with the state plan. But the state plan was approved by the State Board of Education on September 13th, had no issues. We did, and I want to say thank you for those who did make public comments in favor. Pretty much, going out into the state board and listening to what they were looking for. We know there are things that they're looking for, but we have addressed pretty much everything as we went into it. So I just want to highlight some of the changes that happened with the state plan. Last month on the 17th, we talked about the rules. And so I dropped that YouTube video link in the chat already. I'll drop it again for those who joined us later. So if you want to catch that recording, it's there. It will be on the webpage, hopefully sometime today, as we go in both of these. So basically with fidelity of services, we added in language on the use of funds. So, we brought that back as a part of our rule text, but then also we were added a couple of lines in the state plan, a couple of standards on use of funds, 100% of use of funds for the identification and services to meet the needs of GT students. And then the other piece was on program evaluation. Is this the highlights is provided to your school board? So a summary, those high level executive summary, that kind of information, because remember, your board of trustees is the authority who are held accountable for your program services. So just making sure they're aware, they're knowledgeable of what's going on. And then also this is providing you a little bit more language to have those conversations with your budget and finance people to make sure that they are spending all of your money on GT services and to meet the needs of students and not electricity or facilities. I'm just gonna put it, what I get the calls about. So just want to make sure you have that. It used to be student assessment, but we did change the name to student identification. And we did language change for from assessment to identification and matched that up across the document. And then we also changed from selection committee to placement committee for GT services. So really, really trying to fine tune how we use our language, how we are adapting and working forward. And then our placement committee went from selection to placement committee, giving them the rights and the authority, and for other terms, to meet out and reach out to others, or to meet with others to talk about the needs of our students who have exceptionalities, other language issues, or other circumstances. So thinking about our homeless or our foster kids, our military students, really giving some more opportunities to say, yes, please reach out, talk to these people as we make decisions on student placement, what is the best place, or to advocate for GT placement and not just having an on-out battle of you got to choose one or the other. Students have the opportunity to participate in everything and should be afforded all of those rights. So just kind of giving that language out there and putting it out there for all others to see. And then on service design, we really just did one little edit for clarity as we foundation curricular areas as well as. So we just added in leadership, creativity, and technical education. This is in the exemplary column. So basically those that were in the compliance has not changed. But just the exemplary piece made one little edit and kind of cleaned up that language there. One language update in the curriculum and instruction is for students with exceptionalities, and we had special needs where we were changing, kind of aligning our language. And then we did change from change to emerging bilingual, following along with the law and what rule. So we're just making sure that we're matching to what everyone else is using. So those were simple changes. Our next change was in professional learning. And we did do some language updates there, pretty much clean up with making sure everywhere aligned. We didn't miss any place where professional learning should be instead of professional development. And then the other is, is the administrators and counselors. There's two, and you'll see it in a couple of places in there, but really is after a legislative session, they are providing an opportunity for an update. How that update is done, we'll give you some language after this legislative session on what that update should look like and how you can do it. But there are no parameters around that. So it can be, basically, you say, here's a recording of Monica Brewer talking about the legislative updates after this, or you have a flyer, the handout, the PDF. It can vary. There is nothing that says it has to be a 6-hour update. There is nothing that says it has to be an hour update. It just says an update after each legislative session. So it really, our board of, our committee of instruction chair, sorry, y'all. Our board of committee chair wanted curriculum of instruction chair, Dr. Audrey Young, wanted to put that in. Really, she's a promoter of GT, really wanted to make sure that when we have an opportunity to talk about it, that they are, there's just having a structured place to have that conversation. So really that's where that is. And then part of that is also making sure that your board of trustees have training. So there's a little update that training, you know, there are some training opportunities out there. They do get training opportunities when they go to their conferences. So it's just really just making sure that they know that they are accountable for your program and for the services that you're providing, and how does that look? And so really just making sure everyone has an opportunity to be knowledgeable and to understand what is being expected of a program or service for gifted and talented students. So the next piece is on family and community involvement. And with family to community involvement, really, as you see, these are the language pieces that we updated in this section. So we changed from invited annually, is collected annually. So when you do your evaluations or you're asked for input, you collect that information from your parent and community representatives. We did add in for 6.6, instead of just products and achievements, to performances. But we do look at student performances, and so we did add that into the language there. And then finally, any updates pertaining to your gifted and talented services. So really changing and cleaning up our language, so just making sure it's clear. So those updates and that orientation time, I've looked at some of your websites. Some of you have a nice little video. You have nice introductory info or little flyers. So those are the things that makes a difference when parents are looking for info on what is going on in your district and how things are going. So that is family and community involvement. So those were the, the granular activities that we did with the state plan. With the section on the Texas Education Code, what we did was make sure that all of, pretty much all references to gifted and talented education is in one spot. So we're really trying to make sure that with our state plan and the document that you have all of the tools and resources that you need to work with, and it's all in one place. And so making sure that you have that. And then you will see the two things that were repealed, which was 29.124, which was that certification and reporting requirement. And then the old GT allotment language was removed, and now we have the new GT allotment listed. So those are the main high-level things with our education code, the language that is there. So the next piece is the Texas Administrative Code. So remember, education code is law, administrative code is the rules, and then your local policy. Then we got in between the rules is our state plan, and then we have your local policies. And so your local rules here are, which were updated and added in fiscal responsibility. We really did not touch anything with student services. Program accountability did change and got a little meatier, I would say, in language on how districts are to look at their programs. But basically, student identification changed from from a student assessment to identification, and then professional learning, make sure we got that language, and fiscal responsibility. Okay. I don't think so. And then the other is with the glossary. We added in 5 new terms and areas of a strength, cluster grouping, exit grouping, and highly gifted. We worked on those definitions, making sure that everyone was aligned with what those terms mean, and really tried to be very clear in what those definitions would mean for us and our population. So those are the new definitions added to the glossary. And I'm looking at the chat. So you will be able to purchase. So the question is, when we'll be able to purchase printed copies of the new version? And okay, I see. And then if I repeat about the law versus plan and rules versus local. Okay. So the new plan is in works, waiting on the cover. So when we come out with a new plan, we always come out with a new cover. Or an updated plan, we come out with a new cover. It's just a little bit for the cover. You can purchase the state plan is available through the Region 13 store. I will make sure that link is on the website, or we'll put it out there for you. But then also you can get from once it's live on the webpage, you will have the printed copy that, you know, we do the English and Spanish flip book that you can print in-house with your own printer, own printing services in your district. So either way, you can do it either way. All right, so let me go back to Texas Education Code. So Texas Education Code is our laws. All the laws that are related around gifted and talented education is housed at here. As we go from law, we go to rule. So rule, it just pretty much expounds on the law. So you have the law, which gives us clear definition. Rule expounds on that to make it very clear. Rule can go two ways. Rules can go from being State Board of Education, Commissioner rules, or State Board of Educator certification. Our rules land in State Board of Education. So they have the authority to expound on our rules. And to approve our rules, and part of our rules is a state plan. So the state plan is a sub of the administrative rules that is authorized by the State Board of Education. So once you come from there, from those three areas, so law, rule, our state plan, which expounds more on the rule for your standards of service, then we go into your local policy. So your local policy is what you are to operate with, your procedures, your process, kind of guides your processes to a granular level of what is going on in your district. So pretty much in anything around, you have law, rule, policy, local policy. So that's how it typically flows within anything with education, at least on our education round. And I hope that cleared that up. I have a question. Okay. Okay, so if I can tell you more about the Board of Trustees annually measures the performance of the district in providing gifted and talented services in alignment with the state plan. So basically, do not assume that your state board is going to actually go in and evaluate your program. I'm just going to put it that way. You are evaluating your program and you're reporting to your Board of Trustees on what that evaluation looked like, okay? They are the authorizers, so they can tell you specifically, we're looking for this, or they can tell you, we're not looking for this, or we're going, you know, with a state plan goal or your local goals. But when you do your program evaluation, so basically you're just measuring your program. What are your goals? And then how are you meeting those goals and reporting it out? Not necessarily. Now, some of you may have a few Board of Trustees or Board of Trustees that are very into what is going on and have a little bit more. But pretty much it's going to be high level for them and then going into that. So it's really making sure that this is also making sure that they are aware that they are supposed to be doing this. How that is done is more on your side of the program office doing those evaluations. It might be through your local committee where you have a high level. It might be part of your district improvement plan on what is going on with GT. It might be your own GT or advanced academics goals, how we're doing. And then at some point you should tell them this is what we've done, or these are some guidelines, this is where we expect to be at the end. This is where we are. And, going from enrollment, they also want to hear about your STAR. They want to hear about your, how your students are academically producing. So really looking at how your programs of service is affecting their district. How is it making it better? What is it moving your students to? What are some of the highlights of your programs? That's how 89.5 really should roll out. So they will not be giving you any measures specifically. Those are something determined locally. that will be happening in-house on where you want to go. It might be in the district, and once again, one might be in your district improvement plan. It might be on your EDF, effective district framework, or your effective school framework. So it could vary on where that's located. But it's more you kind of informing them of this is how we're performing, what we're doing. It just relies back on that program evaluation and how does that look. So it really, it's saying for you internally, we got a goal set. We got to look at how we're going to do it. Remember, we've also talked about in previous years when you're looking at your state plan, how are you measuring up to the state plan? What are you out of accountability with? What are some program areas you need to work on? Are you changing up your program or service? If you change up your program or service, how effective has that been? What has the parent input? How has parents been knowledge? So you're really letting people know this is how well it's worked. We went from a pullout to full inclusion. This is how we're going to do it. What's the success story? What was the challenges behind that? And how did you fix it? How are you fixing it so that next year will be a better year? We're ensuring that all teachers get this level of training. This is how we're doing training. These are our training opportunities. So it's just being you're putting out your own report on what does that look like. I hope that clarified that. I got a thumbs up. All right, good. All right. And Lone Star Leadership Academy, they have their nominations out for students. So they are looking for outstanding 4th to 8th graders to achieve the Education in Action Lone Star Leader Award. So they will receive a certificate of recognition, and then you will receive a set personalized certificates to recognize your nominees at the end of the school year. And each nominee will receive an invitation to join a delegation of other nominated Lone Star leaders from across Texas on a summer Leadership Academy camps. So they can travel to Dallas-Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, or the Houston-Galveston area for a week of fun, learning, and leadership development. So this is another one of those opportunities for your students. You see the links there for that. It was also in the newsletter, but the deadline is November 1st, 2024. So that is just another opportunity for your students to think about and for options. All right, are there any questions out there? Any wonderings, ahas? Something that you need from Monica? Because I'm listening. Or have I covered it all? I hear silence. All right. I hear silence. You know me in silence. We're going to keep moving. All right. So any shout outs, any happenings? All right. So I'm dropping in the chat an opportunity to provide your input on the services that I provide to you. This is just a survey that we typically do around here on occasion, just to say how well we're doing, how well am I doing, how well I'm not doing, what more can I do for you? So take an opportunity to do the satisfaction survey for me, please, when you get a chance. But are there any shout outs, anything y'all want to share? I'm gonna come back to it. So I just want to highlight for some of you, some of our resources that are available out there is our GT Implementation Program website, and that offers you any tools, resources that you may need to operate your program. So if you need you need to look at another matrix to say, I need to fix mine, you need a sample exit letter, they are there. Our TPSP, if you have not been out there lately, there are new student videos out there. So all of our projects are out there. We are thinking about adding on some new projects. So if you're looking for something specific, or you say, I got a project I think that you will love, let me know. We're getting ready to really think of how to ramp that up and to move to our next level. So watch it, because their student videos are out there pretty soon. The teacher videos will be out there to help those who are still trying to, like, how do we navigate TPSP in the world? Our equity and gifted ed is out there, really looking at, if you're looking for how to balance out, looking for anything with your twice exceptional students, your SPED, or social and economic, whatever you need, it's there. If you need something that is not there, let me know so that we can start to, get the development rolling. Then we have our Teacher Toolkit 1, which really is a good resource for those who are looking at differentiated instruction, looking at secondary and primary sources, also in part of research and doing that. Then our Teacher Toolkit 2 is more for our secondary or departmentalized teachers, where they're having resources and tools to look at how they can support students beyond the core curriculum. On our Gifted and Talented Education Resources page, you will find the links, and I just got an email that the PDFs of these presentations have been approved. So they will be up today after I get off of this. So they will be up today. So that is a great opportunity. So your videos will be up and the PDFs will be up. So you will have those for your ability to share and to review. Do watch for our DT announcements when the state plan is available. I will shoot it out again in an announcement so that you will know there that is out live and ready to go. And it will be linked also on that document. And let's see, I got some things in the chat. So yes, TAGT is coming. Yes, you will see me there. I'm there for two presentations, 2 different days. They got me at the end of the day. I got it. And the registration is still open. So hopefully we'll see you in San Antonio. And here is my contact information if you do not have it. And look forward to seeing you, I think, at the end of the month. And yes. All right. So thank you. Are there other questions? Because y'all are quiet today. Are everybody tired? Oh, I do have one reminder for you also before I let you go, is remember at the end of the month is PIEMS reporting. So reach out to your PIEMS reporting contact for your district to make sure that they have they're reporting all of your programs of service correctly for your district. And then also make sure that all of your students are in your systems so that they can be counted in your financial processing. Okay. All right. Till next time, everyone. Have a good one.